As the clock struck midnight on December 31, 2024, Melania Trump, soon to reprise her role as First Lady, once again demonstrated her impeccable style, effortlessly blending sophistication with boldness. Hosting an opulent New Year's Eve gala at Mar-a-Lago, the Trump's Palm Beach sanctuary, she and President-elect Donald Trump welcomed 2025 in grand fashion, mere weeks ahead of their re-inauguration on January 20th. For this glittering occasion, Melania chose to spotlight her unparalleled sartorial sense by wearing the Versace Medusa 95 draped gown. This stunning creation, crafted from crepe envers satin and draped jersey panels, epitomizes both modernity and timeless elegance, qualities that have become hallmarks of Melania's fashion choices. Featuring a one-shouldered design adorned with Versace's signature Medusa 95 hardware, the gown struck a balance between daring and refinement. Retailing at $3,990, the dress not only made a fashion statement, but also highlighted the luxurious yet deliberate ethos Melania often brings to her public appearances. To complement the gown, Melania paired it with black Christian Louboutin pumps, renowned for their iconic red lacquered soles. These sky-high heels added a subtle edge to her ensemble, amplifying her ability to merge glamour with power dressing, a signature of her unique style. This is not the first time Melania has relied on striking evening wear to captivate audiences. Notably, in December 2016, just before her first inauguration, she chose a gown in the same black hue, reinforcing her penchant for dramatic yet timeless fashion choices. Similarly, for the New Year's Eve gala that year, she opted for a black cocktail dress with jeweled bow details on the shoulders by Dolce & Gabbana, an Italian powerhouse known for its glamorous designs. That sleeveless, scoop neck dress, priced at $2,995, reflected her preference for sleek elegance. Melania's fashion evolution continued to command attention in subsequent years. On December 31, 2017, she donned a pale pink emery dress from British label Erdem, part of the brand's pre-fall 2017 collection. Embellished with clusters of embroidered flowers and all-over paillettes, the 40s-inspired silhouette, originally priced at $5,500, was customized by Melania, who removed the periwinkle belt, adding her signature touch of individuality. She paired the look with matching pink stilettos, giving the ensemble a polished, modern twist. Fast forward to December 31, 2022, when Melania once again dazzled the Mar-a-Lago crowd in a silver sequin midi dress by Dolce & Gabbana. This long-sleeved creation featured a slim-fitting bodice and a sparkling metallic finish, proving that Melania could command attention through head-to-toe shimmer. Paired with metallic silver stilettos, the outfit further cemented her position as a fashion icon who seamlessly fuses tradition with innovation. This New Year's Eve, Melania Trump reaffirmed her status as a style trailblazer. By choosing the Versace gown, she not only celebrated the arrival of 2025, but also marked her return to the public eye with a powerful statement. Her attire was a reflection of the dual roles she continues to embody: a woman of refined taste and an influential figure on the global stage.
Melania Trump stands out as one of the most unique first ladies in American history, with a profile quite unlike her predecessors. She's only the second First Lady in U.S. history born outside the country, after Louisa Catherine Johnson Adams, wife of President John Quincy Adams, who was born in England. But that's not all. Melania is the first First Lady born in a former communist country, and the only one who wasn't her husband's first wife, as Donald Trump had been married twice before. One of her most remarkable qualities? Her linguistic talent. Melania speaks more languages than any other First Lady, fluent in her native Slovenian as well as English, French, German, Italian, and Serbian. At 5'11", she also holds the title of the tallest First Lady in American history. Interestingly, Melania didn't move to the White House until 5 months after Donald Trump's inauguration. She explained the delay was so their son, Barron, could finish his school year in New York. Once in Washington, Melania quickly won over the White House staff, who described her as thoughtful and approachable. Melania is also the second Catholic First Lady, following Jacqueline Kennedy, Catholicism is a major religion in Slovenia, where she was born and raised, adding a deeply personal significance to her and President Trump's visit to the Vatican in May 2017. From supermodel to respected First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump, born Melania Knabs on April 26, 1970, in Savinica, Slovenia, then part of Yugoslavia, grew up in a well-off family. Her father managed a car dealership, and her mother worked as a fashion designer, a role that profoundly shaped Melania's early modeling career. It was her mother who guided her through her first fashion show at the age of 5. Melania's childhood in Savinica was filled with happy memories. A childhood friend, Mito Radik, shared, "We were neighbors and often walked to school together. After school, we would play outside our houses." Melania was a bright student and looked like a model even back then. Another classmate, Nina Purik, added, "Melania was a good friend, but she never sought the spotlight. Despite being beautiful and hardworking, she remained grounded. I still cherish those wonderful memories of her." After finishing high school in design and photography in Ljubljana, Melania moved with her family to a high-rise apartment in Slovenia. At 16, she began modeling for Croatian photographers. By 18, she had signed with the modeling agency in Milan, Italy, and in 1992, she was named first runner-up in the Look of the Year competition by Gianna magazine in Ljubljana. Though she initially studied architecture and design at the University of Ljubljana, she soon left to focus fully on her modeling career. Stane Jurko, the photographer who discovered Melania, recalled their first meeting in 1987. "I spotted a tall, slim, long-legged girl." He further described her as quiet, kind, hardworking, and never complaining, which is why she did not attract attention. Fluent in 5 languages, Melania worked effortlessly in Milan and Paris before eventually moving to New York City. There, her career soared as she graced the covers of major fashion magazines like Harper's Bazaar, Vogue, InStyle, Allure, and Vanity Fair. Her life changed forever in September 1998 when she met Donald Trump at a New York Fashion Week event at the Kit Kat Club near Times Square. In a 2005 interview with Larry King, Donald Trump recounted the night he met Melania. He admitted he was initially interested in another woman, but was captivated by Melania's beauty. "I went crazy. I said, forget about her. Who is the one on the left?" At the party, Trump asked for Melania's number, but she declined, noting he was with someone else. Instead, she requested his number to see which one he'd provide. Impressed, Trump gave her all his numbers. Their first date included dinner and a visit to Mumbai, a celebrity hotspot. Melania was struck by Trump's energy. A month later, they flew to Palm Beach, Florida, on Trump's private jet for a weekend getaway. In 2005, they married at the Episcopal Church of Bethesda by the Sea in Palm Beach. Trump wanted the wedding broadcast on NBC, but Melania declined. Melania wore a strapless satin duchesse gown by Dior, weighing 60 pounds and featuring intricate embroidery and beading, crafted over 550 hours by 21 seamstresses. The gown was valued at over $100,000. She paired it with a 16-foot veil and later changed into a Vera Wang gown for the reception. Instead of a bouquet, Melania carried a family heirloom rosary. The venue was adorned with over 10,000 flowers, including hydrangeas, roses, orchids, and gardenias, shipped from New York. The reception at Mar-a-Lago hosted over 350 guests, including the Clintons, Simon Cowell, Billy Joel, and Elton John. Chef Jean-Georges Vongerichten prepared a lavish dinner featuring filet mignon, caviar, and Cristal champagne. The 7-tier wedding cake, weighing nearly 200 pounds, was made of chocolate and covered in white and gold icing, valued at over $500. Guests received miniature cakes as favors. Multiple outlets, including the New York Times and NBC News, estimated the wedding cost over $1 million, an astronomical sum for the time. Boxing promoter Don King, a guest at the wedding, famously said, "This wedding was on par with a royal wedding." Melania's steadfast support through Trump's turbulent times. From the outset of Melania Trump's tenure as First Lady, she became the subject of widespread internet memes and satirical portrayals. Social media buzzed with the Free Melania movement, and Saturday Night Live skits depicted her as a queen trapped in Trump Tower, a reluctant political spouse yearning to raise her son Barron and enjoy spa days at Mar-a-Lago. Despite media scrutiny and her own acknowledgments of occasional disagreements with her husband, Melania emerged as one of Donald Trump's most ardent supporters during his re-election campaign. She delivered 4 significant speeches across key battleground states in the campaign's final stretch. At a rally in Huntersville, North Carolina, Melania criticized Joe Biden, labeling him an untrustworthy career politician. "You deserve a president who delivers proven results, not a career politician with empty words and broken promises," she asserted, energizing the crowd. Following Donald Trump's loss to Joe Biden, Melania made her first public appearance at Arlington National Cemetery for Veterans Day on November 11, 2020. Amid criticism of Trump for refusing to concede, Melania tweeted, "Every legal, not illegal vote should be counted." Unlike Michelle Obama, who graciously invited Melania to tea during the 2016 transition, Melania did not contact Jill Biden to extend congratulations. A particularly viral moment between Melania and Donald occurred on July 19, 2024, during his acceptance speech as the Republican nominee for president. The 93-minute address marked Trump's official entry into the 2024 presidential race against Joe Biden. He began by recounting a harrowing assassination attempt just days earlier, on July 13th.
In a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I felt that. If I had not moved my head at that very last instant, the assassin's bullet would have perfectly hit its mark, and I would not be here tonight. We would not be together.
After the speech, Trump's children, Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric, and Tiffany, joined him on stage. However, the moment that stole the show was Melania's appearance, her first since the near assassination. Wearing a striking red Dior dress, Melania stepped onto the stage as Beethoven's Symphony No. 9 filled the room.
Melania Trump, the former First Lady, on stage with him. Oh, there she is. The two back together again in the public eye. This is an image we have not seen on the campaign trail so far. A big night for the former First Lady, too, deciding this would be the night.
The audience erupted as she approached Trump, gently placed a hand on his shoulder, and received a kiss on the cheek and a warm handhold from her husband.
I am deeply honored to be joined by my amazing wife, Melania.
Melania's poise captivated the crowd. According to the Daily Mail, she smiled at Trump's jokes and listened intently as he recounted the traumatic July 13th event. Rising from her seat, she waved to the cheering crowd after Trump honored her in his speech.
And Melania, thank you very much. You also did something really beautiful, a letter to America calling for national unity, and it really took the Republican Party by surprise. I will tell you, it was beautiful.
Melania Trump described the assassination attempt on her husband as a heinous act. She stated, "When I watched that violent bullet strike my husband Donald, I realized my life and Barron's life were on the brink of devastating change." She expressed deep gratitude to the Secret Service and law enforcement officers who risked their lives to protect him. Her concerns intensified after a second assassination attempt on September 15, when Donald Trump was playing golf in Florida. These incidents highlighted her profound worry for her husband's safety and their family's well-being. Discussing her husband's approach, Melania remarked, "He's not a politician, he's simply telling the truth. Life isn't all roses or perfect bouquets, it's far from it. But he genuinely wants to make America great again, and I believe he can do it." When asked why she believed her husband could be a great president, Melania responded, "He's the best leader, an incredible negotiator, and America needs that. He believes in this country, and I truly think he has all the qualities to be a great president." In a January 2016 interview with Us Weekly, Melania shared insights into their relationship. "Donald is romantic in his own unique way when we're together. He's a wonderful husband, and we have a great relationship." Although she acknowledged occasional disagreements on political matters, Melania emphasized her respect for her husband's opinions while sharing her own. "Sometimes he agrees and listens, sometimes he doesn't. But that's who he is. I wouldn't want to change him. He knows what it all leads to." Donald and Melania Trump share a unified approach to parenting, emphasizing discipline and values. Donald instills independence in his children while teaching them respect for others. He has also enforced his 3 no's rule: no drinking, no smoking, and no tattoos, avoiding harmful substances altogether. Breaking these rules comes with a significant consequence: forfeiting inheritance. Trump leads by example, abstaining from alcohol and smoking himself. While they mostly align on parenting, Melania has her preferences, such as encouraging Donald to allow their son Barron to eat less junk food. Melania cherishes motherhood. After giving birth to Barron in 2006, she transitioned into entrepreneurship, launching her jewelry line in 2010 and later introducing a skincare line. However, she balanced her work carefully with her role as a mother. In past interviews, she expressed her devotion to raising Barron before pursuing her passions. "I'm a full-time mom. It's the first and most important job I've ever had," she told Parenting. "I started working on my business only after Barron began school. While he was at school, I attended meetings, sketched designs, and handled everything else. I made his breakfast, took him to and from school, packed his lunch, and spent the afternoons with him. Occasionally, I had work obligations. I believe children need to see their mothers doing what they love. It sets a good example and inspires them to find and pursue their own passions in the future." Melania often highlights the similarities between Barron and his father. "He's a fascinating kid with so many ideas. He loves golf, he loves business," she said. "I always tell Barron to nurture his dreams and make them a reality." Now, a towering young man over 6'7" and in college, Barron has grown up. But Melania's love and dedication to her family remain unchanged. She continues to prioritize caring for her family, putting her role as a mother and wife above all else. Melania Trump's wealth as the billionaire president's wife. On August 16, 2024, Newsweek reported that the Federal Election Commission's latest financial disclosure for Donald Trump also offered a glimpse into Melania Trump's earnings and assets. Melania earned an impressive $238,000 for a speaking engagement in April in Palm Beach, Florida. In July, she hosted a second fundraiser at Trump Tower in New York on behalf of the Log Cabin Republicans, raising $1.4 million. While the financial report detailed the event's success, it did not disclose whether Melania received any compensation for her role. Her ventures extend beyond speaking engagements. The former model brought in $330,607 from a licensing deal with Designer's Manager for selling NFTs, non-fungible tokens. After leaving the White House, Melania launched her own NFT platform, featuring collections such as digital portraits of herself and commemorative designs honoring the Apollo 11 moon landing. To manage these ventures, a company called MKT World LLC was established to oversee her speaking engagements and NFT sale. Melania also has a notable real estate portfolio. Her New York property is valued between $500,000 and $1 million, and she earns $15,000 to $50,000 annually from a rental property in her hometown of Ljubljana, Slovenia. In addition to her assets, the former First Lady reportedly holds $250,000 in a savings account. Back in July, Celebrity Net Worth estimated her net worth at around $50 million, further solidifying her position as an accomplished businesswoman. Melania Trump's most talked about fashion moments. Before her role as First Lady, Melania Trump had a long career as a model, making her fashion choices a consistent point of public fascination. One of Melania's most talked about appearances was at the 2017 G7 summit in Italy, where she wore a breathtaking Dolce & Gabbana coat priced at $51,000. The hefty price tag sparked controversy, with analysts pointing out that it exceeded the average annual salary of an American worker at the time, which was $56,516, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Another iconic fashion moment came as Melania left the White House. She donned a chic all-black outfit from Chanel and Dolce & Gabbana, both European luxury brands, in stark contrast to Vice President Kamala Harris and First Lady Jill Biden, who opted for American designers. Vanessa Friedman, a fashion director for the New York Times, called Melania's ensemble a beautiful ending, noting that, as a private citizen, she was no longer obligated to support American fashion. Yet, her consistent preference for European designers throughout her tenure drew criticism, especially given her husband's America First rhetoric. Some American designers, including Christian Siriano and Marc Jacobs, had also refused to dress her, adding to the controversy. Upon arriving in Florida that same day, Melania swapped her monochromatic look for a bold orange Gucci dress worth $3,700, accessorized with flats and oversized sunglasses. Her style had clearly shifted post-White House, embracing a more casual, relaxed vibe. Melania's collection of Hermès Birkin bags is legendary. One standout was an Iloticus crocodile Birkin she carried during a meeting with British Prime Minister Theresa May, valued at an eye-watering $65,000. Another time, she returned from Mar-a-Lago with a $12,000 Luge Togo leather Birkin. In June 2017, as she officially moved into the White House, she accessorized with a $13,000 brown Birkin, paired with a Dolce & Gabbana shirt and wide leg pants. Her Birkin bags became a staple, favored for their classic elegance and versatility. For a visit to Poland in July 2017, she carried a crocodile Birkin valued at an astonishing $75,000. Her collection also includes relatively understated pieces, like a $10,000 Hermès trench tote, proving that even her low-key accessories are still the height of luxury. While Melania is best known for her high-end wardrobe, she occasionally opts for more accessible pieces, especially for casual or humanitarian events. On visits to a U.S. Air Force base and hurricane-hit Puerto Rico, she wore $170 Timberland boots. In August 2017, she sported a $75 gingham button-down from J. Crew while walking with President Trump and Barron on the White House lawn. For informal outings, she has been spotted in $50 or $65 Converse sneakers, a go-to for many political figures, including Michelle Obama. Melania also added Adidas Originals to her collection for $75. Even her $188 skinny jeans, though pricey by typical standards, seemed modest compared to her usual wardrobe. Fans of the Trump family also noted her FLOTUS baseball cap, which she paired with her husband's signature USA cap. While her cap wasn't available for purchase, similar designs could be bought for around $40, often as part of Trump's fundraising merchandise. Whether attending high-profile summits, departing the White House, or stepping out for family events, Melania Trump's appearances never failed to command attention. Her fashion choices, often a mix of sophistication, boldness, and understated practicality, solidified her image not only as a devoted wife and mother, but also as a global style icon whose elegance left an indelible mark on the public eye. Women may not always take center stage in the grand narrative of history, but their role behind the scenes is nothing short of essential. They may not shine as the blazing sun, but they are the radiant stars that light up the night sky. Melania Trump exemplifies this perfectly, serving as a steadfast support and guiding light for her husband, Donald Trump, as he rose to the presidency of the United States. Here's wishing Melania continued grace, strength, and success in all her endeavors. From golden strollers to symbolic horses, Barron's early years were marked by gifts that showcased a life of privilege. His spacious playroom, brimming with toys and treasures from around the world, serves as a reminder of the extraordinary life he was born into. While most kids use everyday lotions, Barron Trump's skincare routine was anything but ordinary. His nightly ritual included a luxurious caviar-infused moisturizer from Melania Trump's premium beauty line, Caviar Complexi 6. Barron arrived during a golden era for his father, Donald Trump. Born into a legacy of wealth and power, he inherited the weight of a family empire few could imagine. In 1971, Donald Trump took the reins of his father's real estate business, rebranding it as the Trump Organization and expanding from Queens and Brooklyn into the heart of Manhattan. Over the years, Trump owned Miss Universe, Miss USA, and Miss Teen USA, and became a household name as the producer and host of The Apprentice from 2003 to 2015. Despite enduring 6 bankruptcies, Trump's fortune now sits at an estimated $6.5 billion, earning him a spot among the 500 wealthiest people in the world. On January 20th, 2017, he was sworn in as the 45th President of the United States. Barron's mother, Melania Trump, brought elegance and poise to her role as First Lady. Born in Slovenia in 1970 to a well-off family, she started modeling at just 16. Her career took her to the fashion capitals of Paris, Milan, and New York, where she built a thriving jewelry and cosmetics business long before marrying Donald Trump in 2005. With an estimated net worth of $50 million, Melania is among the richest first ladies in American history. As the youngest of 5 Trump children, Barron grew up in a unique position, both in timing and circumstance. His older siblings, born from Trump's previous marriages, share similar experiences of opulence and privilege. Each received a world-class education and carved out impressive careers. Despite the significant age gap and their demanding lives, Barron's relationships with his siblings have been a steady source of support, grounding him during his formative years in the extraordinary Trump legacy. The prestige of world-class residences. Barron Trump's life has been shaped by his father's rise from a real estate mogul to the President of the United States. While his surroundings evolved, one thing remained constant: Barron has always lived in extraordinary luxury. As a young child, Barron lived with his family in a lavish 3-story penthouse atop Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue in New York City. The penthouse was nothing short of opulence, featuring gold and diamond front doors, marble floors, and ceilings adorned with intricate Greek mythology-inspired artwork. Designed by Angelo D'Anguia, a celebrated interior designer who drew inspiration from the grandeur of Louis XIV, the space perfectly embodied elite luxury. Barron had his own dedicated area within the penthouse, a reflection of the elegance surrounding him. When Donald Trump won the 2016 presidential election and became the 45th President of the United States, the family moved into the White House. At just 11 years old, Barron became the first child to live there since John F. Kennedy Jr. in 1963. His room was customized to his preferences, ensuring he felt at home. The move to Washington, D.C. was even delayed so Barron could finish his school year, highlighting the family's focus on his education and stability. The White House added a new layer of exclusivity to Barron's life. His room was stocked with luxury toiletries and all the essentials to ensure comfort. Beyond his personal space, Barron had access to incredible amenities, including a private movie theater, a swimming pool, and even a bowling alley. To make the transition seamless, the bowling alley was updated with shoes in his size, and the movie collection was refreshed to suit his tastes. The family also personalized their residence, decorating 6 bedrooms to reflect their preferences and turning this historic landmark into a home. While most kids his age were navigating school hallways, Barron strolled the corridors of one of the most iconic buildings in the world, under the constant protection of the Secret Service. Yet, despite the public nature of his father's presidency, Barron maintained an impressive level of privacy. His appearances were rare, often limited to official trips with his parents or moments boarding Air Force One or Marine One. Since Donald Trump's loss in his bid for re-election and his departure from the White House, speculation swirled late last year about where the Trumps would settle post-presidency. While many assumed they would return to the top 3 floors of Trump Tower in New York, the family instead relocated to Mar-a-Lago, Trump's beloved Golden Mansion in Palm Beach, Florida. Mar-a-Lago, meaning sea to lake in Spanish, spans over 5,810 square meters between the Atlantic Ocean and Lake Worth. It is the second largest estate in Florida, after Versailles in Windermere, and the 20th largest in the United States. Built in 1927 by Marjorie Meriwether Post, heir to the Postum cereal company and the wealthiest woman in America at the time, the property originally cost $7 million to construct, roughly $120 million today. After Post's death in 1973, Mar-a-Lago was gifted to the U.S. government and became a national asset. In 1985, Donald Trump purchased the estate for approximately $10 million. Initially his private residence for 8 years, Trump transformed Mar-a-Lago into a world-class golf club, luxury resort, and spa catering to the elite. Despite its public functions, a private, secluded section of the property remains exclusively for the Trump family. By 2018, Forbes estimated Mar-a-Lago's value at $160 million, a significant increase since Trump's acquisition. Since moving to Mar-a-Lago, Barron has maintained a low profile, rarely appearing in the media alongside his father. However, during Easter 2024, Barron, now 18, made a rare appearance with his mother, Melania, at an Easter luncheon at Mar-a-Lago. Videos from attendees captured Barron towering over the crowd, dressed sharply in a tailored suit, leather shoes, and a bright yellow tie. His height, reportedly over 2 meters, became a focal point, alongside his confident demeanor as he smiled, posed for photos, and even gave a thumbs up. Just days later, Barron was back in the spotlight when he joined his parents on stage in West Palm Beach, Florida, as Donald Trump delivered a victory speech, declaring himself the 47th President of the United States. While Trump's announcement captivated political circles, the internet was fixated on one question: how tall is Barron Trump? Barron's iconic gentleman style. From a young age, Barron Trump has embraced a wardrobe of tailored sophistication, with custom designs crafted to suit his preferences and needs. As the son of former model Melania Trump, known for her impeccable fashion sense, Barron has always been dressed to reflect his position as both the child of a real estate mogul and a U.S. president. Melania once shared that Barron avoids bright, flashy colors, preferring a more mature aesthetic. As a result, he is often seen in tailored suits, crisp shirts, and formal trousers. Nicknamed a mini Donald Trump, Barron gravitates toward classic dark suits with meticulous detailing that exude masculinity and elegance. With his polished appearance, calm demeanor, and refined style, Barron rarely misses the mark. He frequently opts for perfectly tailored suits, pairing them with light-colored shirts and understated ties, a noticeable contrast to his father's penchant for bold, colorful ties. One memorable behind-the-scenes moment during Trump's intense election campaign captured Donald Trump carefully adjusting Barron's tie. The scene highlighted a tender father-son bond and drew attention to the visual contrast between Trump's bold red tie and Barron's elegant one, a symbol of their distinct styles. Even as a child, Barron displayed maturity in his fashion choices. According to Melania, he disliked casual sweatpants and instead preferred wearing suits. While he enjoys dressing sharply, Melania noted that Barron reserves suits for special days, just like his father. A fan of golf, Barron also frequently donned simple yet sophisticated golf-inspired outfits, combining his love for the sport with his signature refined style. Excellence and security in elite education. From a young age, Barron Trump benefited from a carefully crafted education, guided by his mother, Melania Trump. A hands-on parent with impeccable attention to detail, Melania ensured Barron not only pursued his interests, but also became fluent in English and Slovenian, her native language. This bilingual upbringing reflects both his intelligence and the rich multicultural environment he was raised in. Barron started his academic journey at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School, one of the most prestigious and expensive private schools in the U.S., with tuition at $47,000 per year. Known for its rigorous curriculum and diverse community, the school provided Barron with a foundation for excellence while allowing him to establish his own identity beyond being Donald Trump's son. After Donald Trump's election in 2016, Barron moved to St. Andrew's Episcopal School in 2017, where he stayed until 2021. With middle school tuition around $38,590 annually, the school offered a secure and nurturing environment, complete with sprawling green spaces and the constant presence of Secret Service agents. St. Andrews focused on holistic education, balancing academic rigor with character development, emphasizing respect, responsibility, and compassion. In 2018, Melania revealed Barron's love for sports, particularly soccer. A dedicated Arsenal fan, he played for the U12 teams of DC United and Arlington Soccer Association. During the COVID-19 lockdowns, Donald Trump shared that Barron felt restless, missing his time on the field. Fans couldn't help but notice Barron's sporty side, often spotting him wearing New Balance sneakers. Donald Trump has proudly called Barron a computer genius, though Melania confirmed in 2018 that Barron avoids social media, finding little interest in it. However, some reports suggest he might secretly enjoy K-pop and anime, reflecting his quieter, more personal hobbies. In 2021, Barron enrolled at Oxbridge Academy, a prestigious private school in West Palm Beach, with a rigorous college preparatory program, diverse extracurricular options, and a focus on community engagement. Tuition exceeded $40,000 per year, and the school enforced strict privacy agreements to protect Barron's life on campus. While there, Barron dedicated himself to academics, sports like golf, and personal growth, maintaining a low profile. After graduating in May 2024, the Trump family began exploring university options for Barron. Through it all, he's grown into a young man balancing privilege, ambition, and a sense of self in a life few could imagine. The legacy of unmatched family values. While being the child of a U.S. president certainly comes with its privileges, Barron Trump has grown up in a disciplined and structured environment shaped by his parents' strong values. Living in the White House meant following strict rules, constant supervision, limited freedom, and little room for error. These boundaries helped Barron develop resilience and focus on personal growth, rather than relying on his family's name for attention. Melania Trump, who gave birth to Barron at 35, took a hands-on approach to raising her son. Despite the family's immense wealth, she chose not to hire a team of nannies, opting instead to care for him herself. In public, she was often seen holding his hand and shielding him from the media's glare. Melania has always emphasized the importance of instilling strong values, knowing the profound impact her parenting would have on Barron's future. As a former model and advocate for children, Melania shared her parenting philosophy about the responsibility to guide children before they reach adulthood and provide the support and tools they need to. She also spoke openly about discussing the dangers of drugs with Barron, about how harmful drugs can be. Donald Trump shares a similar parenting philosophy. Known for his disciplined lifestyle, he instilled in his children a 3-no's rule: no drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. He repeated it so many times that his children used to beg him to stop talking about it. I teach him, Barron, I try to explain how drugs are dangerous. It will mess up your head, it will mess up your body, and nothing positive comes of it. Trump's own commitment to discipline is reflected in his health. In 2015, his physician Harold Bornstein famously declared that Trump would be the healthiest individual ever elected to the presidency. Trump credits his health to his lifelong adherence to self-control and faith. Both Donald and Melania agree that children should be allowed to make mistakes as long as they learn from them. This combination of discipline, faith, and life lessons has shaped Barron's upbringing. His parents' commitment to fostering values and resilience has helped Barron grow into a grounded and capable young man, even within the extraordinary privilege of his upbringing. The rising power of the Trump dynasty. According to the Daily Mail, Barron Trump may be quietly stepping into the political spotlight. Though he's never made a public statement, the youngest son of President Donald Trump is reportedly a dedicated supporter of his father's 2024 presidential campaign. At just 18, Barron has even hinted at an interest in following in his father's footsteps one day. Barron is taller than his father, and incredibly sharp for someone his age. He's more interested in politics than people realize. If he chooses to pursue it, I see all the qualities of a future president. Why not? He's got the Trump genes, and insiders shared. Barron is said to be growing more comfortable with the idea of taking on a bigger role in his father's ambitions, much like his older siblings Ivanka, Donald Jr., Eric, and Tiffany. Melania Trump, ever the protective mother, continues to shield Barron from unnecessary attention while giving him the space to become his own person. When he was younger, Melania kept him out of the public eye, and we knew very little about his daily life, the source explained. Now, he's making more of his own decisions. He's becoming more independent and visible, and even inviting people to dinners. In April, Barron hosted Iranian-American entrepreneur Patrick Bet-David for dinner at Mar-a-Lago. Bet-David, a prominent business leader, praised Barron's intellect, humor, and composure. He's sharp, funny, sarcastic, and strong, not someone who gets pushed around easily, Bet-David remarked on his podcast. He also described Barron as polite, humble, and engaging, qualities that left a strong impression. During the dinner, Barron reportedly opened up about the constant scrutiny he faces. "Coming after me is fair game. I don't care. Go ahead and do it. They've done it to every kid," he said, showing remarkable poise about media attention. The dinner included notable guests, including Colby Covington, entrepreneur Justin Waller, and Barron's best friend, Bo Ludon. A photo from the evening showed Barron towering over the group, dressed impeccably in a suit and tie. Bo, the son of Dr. Gina Loden, a prominent conservative commentator, and former Missouri State Senator John Loden, is also an outspoken Trump supporter and social media personality with 148,000 followers on Instagram. Bo and Barron are inseparable, a source noted. They're full of energy and determined to make a mark on the world. Barron's quiet but significant steps into the political sphere are gaining momentum. Recently, his name appeared among the 41 Florida delegates for the Republican National Convention in July, a promising sign for someone showing early interest in leadership. What's next for Barron Trump? Will he take on a larger role in politics or even follow in his father's footsteps? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Billionaire Dynasty for more updates. See you next time.